transportation workers on the train line are on strike today. So there were no trains into France from Spain. So the tickets I bought 2 months ago were completely worthless. No, the nice people in Spain were nice enough to stamp them with a special stamp that when I make it to France, the French people who are responsible for the strike will supposedly refund me my tickets. But, it was a 6-hour train ride. It was going to be, just try to do the train, because I could have flew in 2.5 hours or something, and for the same price, really. But, there's other conveniences of the train. You don't have to get there an hour and a half before it leaves, and you don't have to, go through the same security. I mean, there's a little security, but it's not like a plane. And you arrive right in the center of the city, and you leave from right in the center of the city, so you don't have to travel all the way to the outskirts for the big airports. Anyway, so that was the plus. But when they told me, oh, no trains are running, I said, okay, cool, I'll just get my refund when I get to France. I'll find a plane that, they got all these cheap airlines in Europe that go, it's really cheap. You could fly probably from Barcelona to Paris for 30, 40 euros a piece. And so I go to look for a plane ticket, and guess what? It's actually not just train workers, it's apparently all transportation workers. So there's no planes into France today from Spain, or from anywhere as far as I can tell. So I rented a car, and now what would have been a 6.5 hour high-speed train ride is a 10.5 hour car ride. So basically like waking up in the morning and deciding you're going to drive to, Virginia or something, North Carolina, whatever, maybe Chattanooga from Orlando is about 10 hours. But the countryside is pretty, and apparently also there's a thing about renting cars in one country and dropping them off in another country. I mean, who would have figured? But they try to charge you 600 euros to return the car to the country you got it. I don't know. The lady was pretty nice, so she didn't charge me that. She only charged me 100. And the car was not cheap. It was actually more than train tickets or plane tickets, because they only had a Jeep Renegade or a Volvo S90, and for whatever reason she had to return the Jeep. It would have been more, so it's a very nice car. It has autopilot, which I'm using right now, something like that, or as they call it, pilot assist. It'll tell me when to put my hand on it. But it steers in the lanes, follows the lane, has adaptive cruise control, so that's really nice. All of my precious cargo are asleep. Me sleeping on Cecil. Cecil can't really see. Ellie's over there. Anyway, that's an update. So this is just one more adventure, kind of a unexpected kind of car riding right up on me. Anyway, that's all, just an update. So I'm seeing the French countryside today as I drive from Barcelona to Paris. And I'm coming home in a little less than 48 hours, or no, a little over 48 hours. So we leave at 7 p.m. Paris time on Monday, and we will land at 11:30 Orlando time Monday night, and the kids go back to school Tuesday morning, and I get back to work. And I do miss home. I miss my dog, and I miss my computer, and I miss my work, and I've spent so much money. I'm eager to get back to work to try to earn some money. So, but vacation has been good. I mean, one thing about doing a European vacation, I've never made $1 million, but they say, and I've heard this a lot, your first million is the hardest. Right? People that make multi-millions, it's that first million was really difficult, but once you do it once, it comes a lot easier. And I think the truth is the same for traveling abroad. It just seemed like something that was so impossible for so long, or just so, not even impossible, but just very difficult, out of reach. And now that I've done it and seen all these places, it just doesn't seem so hard to do. It's really not hard to travel around in Europe. So many people speak English, or at least some English, and everybody's pretty helpful. And you kind of like appreciate, like, you know how you in the US when you call a phone or you go to an ATM and it asks you to select your language, you're like, well, English, and it seems like kind of a waste, but that's a nice feature when you're overseas, right? And so it's not hard to get around or to make do and get by. And there's so much to see and do. Like, this has just been like a little taste, you know, having one day in each port city and having just a couple days in London, really only one day in Barcelona, and we'll have really basically like 1.5 days in Paris. It's definitely made me see I want to come back. I will come back. And I don't think it'll be, 10 years in the making. I see coming back in a couple years. Abby's 12, Ellie's 5. That'd be a good time to do it. But yeah, this video is going on for 6 minutes now, so if you watch the whole thing, thank you for watching, and yeah, man, it's been fun. Should do more of these. Alright, bye.